Ohio Canes fam. I always enjoy when people ask about games that are going to be played close to November in March. But asking about thoughts on the North Carolina game, let's keep in mind that Miami will have had 6 games in the books to be played by then. I get it. To me, that's the game. If both teams play to their expectations, reasonable expectations, to me, this will be the game of the year in the Coastal Division. I think these are the 2 best teams, the 2 most talented teams. I'm fascinated with North Carolina to see if they can take the next step. They play 2 very interesting games in the non-conference schedule against UCF and Auburn. Sam Howell's the best quarterback in the division coming back, second best in the, you would have to say second best in the conference. And both running backs are back. Their 3 best wide receivers back, 4 offensive linemen back. They lost their all ACC center, but besides that, everybody else is back, and most of their production on defense is back. They're going to be really good. They intrigue me. North Carolina intrigues me.
I mean, yeah, I think that I agree with what you said. I mean, if both teams play to capabilities, which again is something Miami has struggled to do over the course of pretty much the last 15 years, we know. But if both teams play to their capability, coming off of a bye week in the middle of October, this is the game of the year in the ACC Coastal Division. It should be the Coastal Division championship game if everything goes the way that it should. It's a huge game. It could be if it is a night game. People are talking about, oh, we didn't get the Miami Knights Mark Squad all black everything jerseys. I'm like, you had to have a night game for those because you're not going to wear them during the daytime in South Florida. And the only night game that we ended up getting was Virginia, which was already announced as the Parley Adidas, partnership game. So you had white jerseys for that one. But, maybe we could have an inverse of when they went Zero Dark Thursday against Miami a couple years ago, where that's a, black jersey, prime time, 8 o'clock game. I'm not going to get into predictions or anything, but I agree with the scale and the magnitude of that game. If Miami does what they need to do, which if you've been watching these videos, whether it's on, this or with this branding between Mark and I or any of the previous ones, since we've been doing this for many a year now. Trust, I know he said, oh, Miami Live, this is 50. We've been on this stream and on these microphones and things for way more than 50 sessions. Just trust me on that. I've always said, if my focus has been about Miami doing what Miami needs to do and playing to the level of the talent on our roster. I've always invariably said that, which is why I'm frustrated sometimes, because I still have this worldview where we have this talent that needs to perform to this level. The North Carolina game is a great chance to show and prove that we're able to do that. And yeah, the scale of the game is, it could be magnificent. It is setting up right now in the offseason that, it is going on this collision course this way. But obviously both teams need to get to that game with a combined 2 losses or less for it really to have the magnitude that it could. But yeah, I mean, it could be one of the bigger games that we've seen in recent memory.
As I said a few months ago, after doing a little research, I believe the first time Cam was on my channel was prior to the Louisville Bowl game that was played in Orlando, whatever they called that at the time. The Russell Athletic, is that what it was at the time? It was the, Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh, no, I remember. I was there.
2013. So
Champ
we're talking
Sports or something?
It was the Champ Sports.
I think it was the last year of the Champ Sports.
Yeah, then it became the Russell Athletic, and now it's the Camping World.
Yeah, it was either the last year of the...
Yeah, I think it was the Champ Sports.
It was either the last year of Champ Sports or the first year of Russell Athletic. One of the two. But
yeah, so I believe that was December of 13.
Yeah.
Been a while.
Exactly. So, I mean, like I'm saying, I know that you say, oh, this is 50, but it's 50 of this platform, this actual branding and things like that. But if you go back and look, we've had many, many conversations. And as long as I've been here talking about this, and even from before then, again, my worldview on this is Miami handling Miami's business. And this UNC game that you asked about, I think, is another just great chance to show and prove that we can, but that's something that we have not been able to prove recently.
So when did you start on State of the U?
Tabardine, look, guys like FIU, it was the, I think or something lagged, but to the comment on the screen, Tabardine won. Guys, that FIU game was a fluke. If Miami plays them 10, Miami wins 9 of those 10 games. Miami had never lost to them. It's like infinitely more than just 9 out of 10. You know what I mean? It's like 99 out of or 99 and a half. You know, like it is so much more than that. It is so much more fluke. It is so much flukier than you're giving it credit for being fluky. Like it just.
Yeah, it's. I won't even put a number on it. I was going to say like 97-3, 98-2, whatever.
Right. I mean, even more than that. And the next statement, Miami is not worried about Georgia Tech. True, but you found a way to lose to that terrible team last year. It's like in 2017 or 16, excuse me. Everybody in America is making fun of Notre Dame for going 4-8, except for us because we were one of the 4 that let them win. Yeah, you might not be worried. You might not say that you're worried about Georgia Tech, but again, respect all opponents and fear none, because that terrible, no good, very bad Georgia Tech team beat Miami last year. So you might want to be concerned about them until you beat them.